Good evening. Here we are on this gorgeous Friday, and you know what that means? Playoff football is right around the corner with 2 games tomorrow and then 2 games on Sunday. However, today, since we already gave you guys my Wicks picks for those games, I'm going to give out the Get Your Fix Awards of the year. So, are you ready to get your fix? Well, to start with the Get Your Fix Awards, I will start with the less prestigious awards and make my way to the MVP. So, let's get started. Our first Get Your Fix Award goes to Justin Jefferson for Offensive Rookie of the Year. Now, Jefferson finished the season with 88 receptions, which was first among rookies. He had 1,400 receiving yards, which was also first among rookies, and 7 touchdowns, which is second among rookies, right behind Chase Claypool, who has 9. Now, Jefferson was also named to the second-team All-Pro, just like how Justin Herbert is, and that was the other guy that was neck and neck. Those are my 2 choices for Rookie of the Year, but I gave it to Jefferson just because it's always a quarterback that wins it, and it's nice to see a rookie kind of get that award. And for me, I think he deserves that award, so that's why I have him here. Now, look, like I said, we haven't seen a rookie receiver do what Justin Jefferson did since probably Odell came into the league, okay? And even then, it wasn't the type of performance Jefferson put up this season, okay? Like, Odell had those crazy catches and made a name for himself right away. But there's something about Jefferson. 1,400 receiving yards your first season, 7 touchdowns, and he barely dropped the ball. I mean, his hands are like glue. So, Justin Jefferson, Offensive Rookie of the Year for the Get Your Fix. Next, the winner for Defensive Rookie of the Year is Chase Young. Now, I think we can all agree that this man is a freak of nature and will more than likely have a long and successful career. Okay, Chase Young finished the year with 44 tackles, which 10 of those were for a loss. He had 7.5 sacks, 12 quarterback hits, 4 pass deflections, 4 forced fumbles, and he recovered 3 of those and also scored a touchdown. So for a defensive rookie to put up those type of stats is just ridiculous. Okay, I mean, those are like Khalil Mack, Aaron Donald type stats, and this man is a rookie. Okay, Chase Young and Justin Jefferson did things that you only see, veterans who've been in the league for about 3 to 4 years do. And that's why I have those 2 as the offensive and defensive rookies of the year. So next for the Get Your Fix Awards, we have the Offensive Player of the Year, which the winner is Derrick Henry. Now, Henry had 10 games this season of 100-plus rushing yards, okay? He had 2,027 total rushing yards, which led the NFL. He also rushed for 17 touchdowns, which also led the NFL. Okay, with just how dominant Henry was this entire season, I don't see a better suitor for Offensive Player of the Year, other than, my pick for MVP coming up later. But I don't see a better suitor than Derrick Henry, because man did incredible things this year. Okay, there's games where he started off with 100-plus yards in the first half, and there's games where he started off with 50-plus yards, and then all of a sudden, bam, he's at 200. So that's my Offensive Player of the Year. Next, we got the Defensive Player of the Year, and the winner for that is TJ Watt. So Watt recorded 53 tackles, 1 interception, and led the NFL in sacks with 15. Okay, he was a major factor in the reason why the Pittsburgh Steelers defense was the best in the NFL this season, minus that wild card game against the Browns. So just with how dominant he was for that Steelers team, his ability to, create pressure on the quarterback and, make plays on the ball. 15 sacks this guy had, okay? Not much more to say than that. Who else would you guys think is the Defensive Player of the Year? Because TJ Watt showed us that he can blitz on the edge. He can blitz from the linebacker position. He can stay in coverage if he needs to. I mean, he's just a smaller version of his older brother, JJ. So I got TJ Watt for my Defensive Player of the Year. So next, for the Get Your Fix Awards, we got the Comeback Player of the Year, and that is going to Alex Smith. Now look, this man nearly lost his leg, okay, and still had enough guts to come to the NFL and play in an NFL game. Okay, he risked his career. He put his career on the line just because he loves this game that much. Now, I've seen people get hurt and play through it, which shows a lot of guts, but the way Alex Smith did it this year, it's completely on a different level. Okay, and honestly, probably one of the most inspiring things we have seen in the past 5 years in the NFL. Okay, you don't see somebody go out there, tear your leg up terribly, and then come back, or he didn't tear it, but he broke it, and then come back, and now you're okay. I mean, he's not 100%, but he's still balling. He's still doing his thing. I mean, we've seen Teddy Bridgewater when he, dropped back to pass in a non-contact practice, tore everything in his knee, and he came back. And, he had a rough start right from the go, but all of a sudden he found his fire with the Saints going 5-0, and now he's with Carolina. They didn't have a great season, but he can still play. So Alex Smith, like I said, this takes a lot of guts, okay? And it's very inspiring because, he proved you can do anything when you put your mind to it. So that's why I give Alex Smith the Comeback Player of the Year award. So next, for the Get Your Fix Awards, we got the Coach of the Year. Now, there's multiple candidates for this one, but I chose to go with Kevin Stefanski for the Cleveland Browns. Look, 2 years ago, the Browns had a record of 7-8-1. Okay, then last season, the Browns had a record of 6-10. But this year, however, Stefanski led the Browns to an 11-5 record and their first playoff berth since 2002. I don't know about you, but to me, that's really impressive, regardless of the talent they have, because the Browns have been really inconsistent. I don't think anybody would have thought the Browns were going to be here in the playoffs, except for their fans, okay, or except for people who follow football quite a bit, like I do. At first, I wasn't sold on the Browns. I'm not going to lie. I didn't think they were going to do what they did this year, just being the division they're in. I thought the Ravens were actually going to run that division. Turns out the Steelers did. Okay, but 11-5 after having, 10 or so consecutive losing seasons for the Browns or something like that. It was ridiculous. There's nobody else who can take a team that really is, immature and always talkative and, just kind of running their mouths that's what I've been just saying, and lead them to a great record, especially a year or two after they've had back really, really bad seasons. Stefanski came out here, let them play their ball and, do them really. And it worked out, 11-5. I bet you a lot of people now are being like, Freddie Kitchens, obviously, he had the talent, but he's not a coach. And we've seen that when he was actually the offensive coordinator or tight ends coach, I think, or something like that for the Giants this year. And what happened there? They didn't do that well. So, Kevin Stefanski, heck of a job coaching this year. I'm giving you, at least for the Get Your Fix award, I'm giving you the Coach of the Year because what you did out there, it's impressive, and we look forward to watching you guys play tomorrow. So, finally, we are now at our last award, okay, which is the winner for the most valuable player, and that is Aaron Rodgers. Okay, so this was kind of back and forth between Rodgers and Mahomes, but Rodgers really sealed the deal with me, okay? Rodgers finished the season with 4,299 passing yards, which is 7th in the league. He had 48 touchdowns, which is 1st in the league, and he only threw 5 interceptions. Okay, before the year started, I noted that Aaron Rodgers throws the ball away too much, okay, and doesn't like to take risks, which might hold him back from excelling and helping the Packers win games. Well, I understand now that he has every right to throw that ball away because he's still going to perform at a high level. Okay, he has now led the Packers to back-to-back 13-3 seasons and has a combined 74 touchdowns and 9 interceptions from this year and last year. 74 touchdowns and 9 interceptions in 2 years. I'd say that's pretty efficient, wouldn't you? No one else really stood out to me this season for MVP. Right away, yeah, we had those candidates. We had Russell Wilson right away. He was looking like the early front runner. Then you had Josh Allen come in, and then he kind of went away for a little bit, and then eventually came back towards the end. But then, Patrick Mahomes been consistently in there. Derrick Henry, Dalvin Cook. There's a whole lot of, whole mix of players that could have the ability to win this award. But Rodgers really stood out this year. He really he embodied what the MVP is. Most valuable player. Not best, valuable. You take Aaron Rodgers away from the Green Bay Packers, you tell me what their record is. Because I don't think it's going to be 13-3. It's more like 9-7. So, Patrick Mahomes was obviously a contender for MVP. They're probably, really neck and neck this year, but the man hasn't done better than his MVP season in 2018. So if you're going to stay consistent like that and you're not going to show me that you can be better, you're kind of stagnant, even though he's a really good quarterback and you're putting up good numbers. But Rodgers, Green Bay, they're good, but they're not great. And that's kind of what seals it for me, is Aaron Rodgers did what he did this year with ease and had fun doing it. So for this year's MVP, for the Get Your Fix Awards, we got Aaron Rodgers. Well, that's going to end our discussion today, as now, like I said, we wait for tomorrow's games to get underway, starting with that Baltimore Ravens and Bills game, and I'm really excited. I don't know what to expect really for that game. Like I said, I have the Bills winning, but anything can happen because it's playoffs. So anyways, thanks for stopping by. We'll see you Monday, and you just got your fix with the Wicks.